According to the 2009 census from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 115,000 children were still awaiting adoption by the end of the fiscal year. By the end of that same fiscal year, 57,000 children had been adopted. The number of unadopted children is more than double than that of adopted children. Imagine 58,000 children are still awaiting a loving mommy and daddy. Adoption is beneficial. Adoption is beneficial for 3 reasons. The first reason adoption is beneficial is because adoption is a sharing, building event. The second reason why adoption is beneficial is because adoption is a family building event. And the third reason why adoption is beneficial is because adoption is a cultural building event. The first reason why adoption is beneficial is because adoption is a sharing building event. Adoptions have evolved over time from sealed records to open communication. Ada White, author of Survey Says Birth Parents Are Important Most, writes, agencies report 50% or more of their adoptions are open. Open adoptions are gaining in popularity. Open adoptions allow the sharing of information from biological parents to the adoptive parent down to the adoptive child. This sharing of information can alleviate some of the anxieties adopted children may have regarding who their real parents are. This sharing of information not only benefits the parents and adopted child, but any siblings that may be involved as well. Andrew, an adopted 18-year-old, shares his home with 12 brothers and sisters. 7 of those brothers and sisters are adopted. Andrew states, sharing my home with my brothers and sisters makes me happy. Adoptive families share their homes with children who otherwise may not have a safe place to live. In addition to being a sharing building event, the second reason why adoption is important, is beneficial, is because adoption is a family building event. In modern times, adoption is a means of a way to start or build a family. Adoption was once a concealed process blanketed in shame and secrecy, but is metamorphosing rapidly into a new process. Joyce Pavlo, an adopted child and author, writes, adoption is not an isolated incident, but a lifelong process and intergenerational journey. Adoption is for a lifetime and beyond. Susan Wolfgram, who holds a PhD in Human Development and Family Studies, writes, adoption is helping us redefine our definition of family. The addition of a child to a family not also adds a family member, but also adds a new dynamic to any other siblings that may be present. Adoption is not finding children for families. It is finding family for children. Besides being a family building event, the third reason adoption is beneficial is because adoption is a cultural building event. Transcultural or transracial adoption means placing a child of one ethnical background or race with an adoptive family of a different race or ethnical background. Adoption is about placing children with families regardless of their race or ethnical background. According to the 2007 National Survey of Adoptive Parents, 40% of parents are of a different race or background as their adoptive child. Adoptive parents of a transcultural or transracial child gain a new respect for that country or race. Sophia, who was 6 at the time her transracial siblings were adopted, loves the diversity of her family. She states, "I've learned that there is nothing really different about them. They are just like us." Dave Thomas, founder of the fast food giant Wendy's, Steve Jobs, the brain behind the iPod and co-founder of Apple Computer, Little House on the Prairie star Laura Ingalls Wilder, Melissa Gilbert, and country sensation Faith Hill all have one thing in common. They are all adopted. Adoption is beneficial. Adoption is beneficial for 3 reasons. The first reason adoption is beneficial is because adoption is a sharing building event. The second reason adoption is beneficial because adoption is a family building event. And the third reason adoption is beneficial because adoption is a cultural building event. Thank you.